Hi, I'm Kelly. Welcome to class. Today you need a resistance tube, which you should check by running your fingers along it like this to see if there's any nicks or wearing. Once you've checked your tube, place it on the floor out of the way. You should make sure you've got plenty of space to move in and some water for hydration. Let's get warmed up. Bring your feet a little wider than your shoulders with your toes pointing straight ahead. Soften your knees and lengthen out through your waistline. Press your shoulders down and back and take a little pinch between your shoulder blades. Lift it out through the top of your head like you're being lifted by a string. So you're feeling tall and lengthened. Take both hands up, reach up. Inhale, pull your right elbow down, reach up left. Both hands up. Pull your left elbow down, reach up right. Both hands up. Inhale, exhale, hands down. Now squat down and up. Little squat. Just a half squat. Hands are on the thighs as you warm up. 4 more times, getting a little deeper on each squat. Now take the right hand up and over. Stretch the right side of the body. Up, and then roll that shoulder. Left hand comes up. Stretch the left side of the body. Lift up and roll the shoulder. Now double squat, and reach across. Swivel the foot. Double squat and reach to the right. Swivel the foot. Double squat and reach. Double squat and reach. Each time you reach across, swivel the foot. Now reach side to side, reach across. Again, you're swiveling the foot. Rotate the hips, reach out, level with the shoulders. Thumb up. Reach all the way long. Pull back through your opposite elbow. Keep a proud chest. 8 more. 4, 3, 2. Now shift your weight side to side. Just a shift side to side. One leg bends, one leg is straight. Toes point straight ahead. Hinge at the hips, now reach across. Side to side, reaching for the inside of your knees. Sit all the way back. 4, 3, 2, hold to the right. Sit back, bend a little deeper. Feel that stretch in the inner thigh. Now rotate round and press your heel to the floor. Stretching through your calf. Lift that heel up, lift the body upright. Lift your chest and bend down, feeling a stretch in the front of the hip. Bend your elbows and lift the shoulders away from your ears. Now press your heel to the floor. Press your heel and bend your knee, lifting your chest. Press your heel and bend your knee. Press and bend. 1 more. Press and bend. Open to the front, knees open, toes open. Feeling that stretch in your groin. Lift up, bring your toes straight ahead and shift across to the left, stretching your right inner thigh. Now rotate round and press your right heel to the floor. Keep all 10 toes facing forward. Lift the body upright, lift the heel and dip down and feel a stretch in the front of your hip. Keep your chest lifted, bend your elbows. Press the heel and bend the knee. Press the heel, stretch the calf, open the front of the hip. 2 more. 1 more. Press and bend, open to the front. Pressing through your groin, stretching your groin, and bring your toes straight ahead. Squat down, lift up and roll the shoulders. Bring both hands up. Inhale. Pull your right elbow down. Reach up left. Both hands up. Inhale. Exhale as you pull down. Inhale. Hands come down. And let's get started with your strength and mobility training today. Pick up your tubing. So we're going to combine strength and mobility. We'll do 6 moves, and then we're going to do a bunch of mobility stretches. First of all, start by anchoring the tubing underneath your right foot. Pull up to the hips, or for more challenge, pull up to your shoulders. Ooh, get my hair out of my face. All right, side squat to the left. Side squat, steps out left, and come in. Again, side squat and lift up. Sit back. So we're going to do 3 moves on one side. We'll do them on the other side, and then we'll do a whole lot of stretching. Today's class is going to leave you feeling energized and refreshed. We'll work on muscles that will strengthen your whole body and stretch key muscles that tend to be tight. Sit back on this squat. Your right leg is the working leg. You're probably feeling that. Both knees bend. Couple more. Last one. Now bring your hands down. Create slack on the right side. It's tight on the left and long on the right. Bring your hand up to your shoulder with the tubing on the inside of your arm. Feet shoulder distance apart. Press up and slowly down. Strengthening your shoulder. Press and come down. Keep the palm of your hand facing inwards. So your thumb points back, little finger is forward, palm in. Elbow is in front of the body. Now these are long sets. We're doing each move for about a minute. So if you get to a point where you're like, I'm done, take a little break and then join in as soon as you're ready. It's okay to work at your own pace. Try not to force. Find a challenge, but don't force it. One more. Press and come down. Now, even up the tubing and keep it anchored underneath your right foot and take a step to the right. Bring both handles into your left hand and bring your right hand onto your thigh. Take a big step out to the left, row and step in. Side lunge and row for the left side of the body. Pull back. Side lunge and row. And again, take a big step out, row, strengthening the big mid-back muscles, your arm, the back of your shoulder a little bit, and of course your legs, your glutes, your bottom, your hamstrings, the back of your thigh, your quadriceps, the front of your thigh. I always talk about what muscles are working because I think it's good to understand how your body works. Learn to understand your body and you become the master of your body. 2 more, please. Pull back. 1 more. Good. Now let's anchor underneath the left foot. Come back to the center of your space. Pull up to your hips, or for more challenge, pull up to your shoulders, tubing on the inside of your arms. Side squat to the right and step in. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you come up. Spread your toes out inside your shoes so you're strengthening the whole of your foot. At the same time, you're strengthening the left leg, the whole of the left lower body, a little bit in the right, but more left. You might feel that fatigue building on the left side. And that's okay, because that's what's working. Again, long set means you might need to take a break. That's okay. Come back when you can. Oh. I'm feeling it. Let's do one more. Shoulder press. Create slack in the tubing on the left side. Bring the tubing on the inside of your arm. Press up and slowly down. The tubing is on the inside of your arm. Punch the arm up, straight from the shoulder or slightly in front. Feet a shoulder distance apart. Palm of your hand faces in. Thumb points back and your little finger is forward. We're more than halfway through the set. Keep a proud chest. Good. Push strong. It's hard to strengthen your shoulders. These are one of the areas of the body that tends to get really weak as we get older. It's a delicate part of the shoulder. Try not to force the movement. Press and come down. Now, even out the tubing. Take a step to your left. Bring the handle into your right hand, left hand on the thigh. Side lunge and row. You ready? Here we go. Side lunge and row. Side lunge, row, and step in. Again, take a big step out. Only the right leg bends. Keep all 10 toes facing forward. So in other words, don't let your toe turn out to the side. Point your toe straight to me. Hinge forward at the hip and give yourself some support on your left leg for your back. Hinge, pull, and step in. Big step out, pull, and step in. Drive your elbow up and back. Keep your shoulder pressed down away from your ear. Take a break if you need to. On these total body movements like this, it's not unusual to feel a little breathy. One more. Very good. Now take the tube out from underneath your feet. We're going to use the tubing for our mobility, for our stretches. Loop it over so you've got a gentle loop in the tubing and you're holding quite wide. Bring the hand behind you, press back, opening the chest. Separate your feet a little bit wider than your shoulders and lift your chest. And take the right hand up, back, up, forward, hinge, pulling back. Left hand in front, back, up and around. Hinge, pulling back, lift up and roll your shoulders back. Let's repeat that. Up, back, opening the shoulder and the chest. Forward now, hinge at the hip. Pull back through the tubing, hinging, lift up and roll your shoulders. Now left hand across, back, up and around. Hinge, up and roll your shoulders. Now take both hands, lift up, bring your feet hip distance apart, lunge your right leg back. Now pull down with the left hand. Lift up, press back, rotate around, come back to the front, step forward. Other side, big step back with your left leg, big step back. Raise the arms, now pull down to the right. Stretch the left side of the body and the front of the hip. Lift up, bring your hands down, rotate. Come back to the front, step forward. And now let's bring the tube behind your head. Let's stretch your hands. Roll your wrists like this and then press out. Let's stretch your gripping muscles. Other side. Press out. And then gently forward with the hands. Shake it out. Let's go on to our next series of movements. Bring the tubing and anchor it underneath your right foot. Dynamic sumo squat. Pull up to your hips, or for more challenge, pull up to your shoulders. Step your left leg out to 8 o'clock and step in. Leave your right foot at 12 o'clock. There it is, a turn out. You're turning the toes out and the knees out as you step out to 8 o'clock, leaving your right foot at 12 o'clock. Sit back. Keep a proud chest. Good. Again, take a break if you need to. You're going to start to feel the inner thigh on the right side as well as the right leg. Left leg is working, but the right leg's working a little bit more. Good. Now, bring your hands down. Step your right leg back and stagger your left leg forward. And bring your left hand onto your hip. Bring your right hand to the side of the thigh and lift your chest. Bring the hand across and down. Chest press. Now a chest press is going to strengthen your chest muscles on the right side. Keep your elbow slightly bent so you're not bending and straightening your elbow. The elbow stays at a consistent angle, just slightly bent. A slight bend. Bring the arm across the front of the body like the hands of a clock, across the face of a clock. Scoop under and up. Good, you're almost there. Last one. Good, now stand on your right leg and kickstand your left foot. I'm going to turn on this angle so you can see me. You're going to do bicep curl, hinge at the hip, tricep press, bicep curl. Lift the body up and bring the hand down. Let's do it again. Bicep curl, hinge, elbow high, tricep press, bicep curl, lift and lower. Hand to shoulder, hinge at the hip, straighten your elbow, bring your hand to your shoulder, lift up and lower the hand. One more time, hand to shoulder, hinge at the hip, press back, hand to shoulder, lift and lower. Very good. Okay, we're going to do the other side, starting with the sumo squat. Just release and shake out your grip, both sides, and bring that tubing and anchor it underneath your left leg. Now you've got your feet at 12 o'clock. Pull up to your hips, or for more challenge, pull up to your shoulders. Now this time you're going to step out to 4 o'clock with your right leg. Here we go. And come up. Now leave your left leg at 12 o'clock. It doesn't move. You're just moving the right leg out and in. Sit back. Open your knees to align them with your toes. Sink down and lift up. Strengthening the whole of your leg, but especially through your inner thigh. Now the inner thigh muscles are a pretty interesting group of muscles. They help keep our pelvis stay on top of the thigh bone, the femur. And that can help us balance better and prevent a fall. One of the reasons I like to train it. One more. Bring your hands down and step your left leg back. Stagger your right leg forward and bring your right hand onto your hip. Bring the hand to the side of the thigh. Chest press. Lift your chest and bring the hand across like the face of a clock. Good. Do it again. Press across. Keep your elbow slightly bent, but in a fixed position. Just bring it across the body without bending it further or straightening it further. That's going to target your chest muscle. You'll feel a nice strong contraction on the chest, in the chest, on the left side. Good. Keep your shoulders pressed away from your ears. So don't let the shoulder lift up towards your ear. That prevents you getting any tension in your neck. And that's not good. We don't want tension in the neck. Strengthening the chest. Keep the shoulder down. One more. Biceps and triceps. Kickstand your right foot. So kickstand the right foot. Bring the right hand onto the thigh. Palm of the hand faces forward. Bicep curl. Hinge. Press back. Bicep curl. Lift up in one piece and bring the hand down. So we're not rolling up, we're hinging at the hip. Keep the elbow high. Press back. Straighten the elbow. Bring your hand to your shoulder. Lift and come down. Hand to shoulder. Hinge at the hip. Elbow high. Press back. Hand to shoulder. Lift and come down. One more time. Hand to shoulder. Hinge. Elbow high. Press. Hand to shoulder. Lift and come down. Take the tube out from underneath your foot. Going to work on mobility again. Similar to what we did in the first set. Working on the shoulders and the hips and your thoracic spine. Loop it over so it's taking out some of the slack, but it's not tight around your hands. Bring your feet a little bit wider than your shoulders. Take your right hand up, back, up, and forward. Now hinge at the hip. Pull back, hinge. Lift up and roll your shoulders. Left hand. Come up, back, up, and forward. Hinge. Lift and roll your shoulders. Let's repeat that. Right side. Up, back, up, forward. Now pull back. Bend at the crease of the hips. Pull back, lift, and roll your shoulders. Now left hand. Up, back, up, and forward. Hinge at the hips. Hinge. Pulling back. Lift and roll your shoulders. Now bring your feet hip distance apart. Stand tall. Lunge your right leg back. Big step back. Bring your hands up. Pull down to the left. Lift your chest a little bit more. Lift up. Press back. Bring your hands. Come across. Rotating. Face forward. Step forward. Take your left leg and step it back. Big step back. Bend both knees. Bring your hands up. Open your chest. Pull down to the right. Feel that opening through the front of your left hip and the left side of the body. Lift up. Press back. Bring your hands level with the chest. Rotate all the way around. Come forward and step forward. Now bring the tube into your right hand and release the left hand. Bend your elbow and bring the tubing behind you. Take a hold of the tubing in your other hand as high up your back as you can comfortably reach. Now pull down through your left hand and let your right hand reach in between your shoulder blades. Look forward. Keep your hips square to me and your knees soft. Slowly release the left hand and change sides. Bring the tubing into your left hand. Let it hang behind you. Take a hold of the tubing in your right hand behind your back. Now pull down and let that stretch the back of your arm. Keep your feet hip to shoulder distance, knees soft. Pull right down, stretching your tricep, the back of your arm. Slowly release the tension on the tubing and release the right hand. Bring the tubing in front of your body. Hold on to the handles lightly. Step your left leg back. Bring the tubing underneath your right foot. Flex the foot, but slightly keep the ankle neutral. Pull and come up. Hinge at the hip. Pull, using the tubing to assist the stretch, and lift up. Let's do it one more time. Pull and come up. Other side. Step back with your right leg. Pull. Stretching your hamstring and your calf. Do it again. Pull on the tubing, sit back and hinge at the hips. One more time. Pull on the tube, hinge at the hip, and release. Take the tube, place it on the floor out of the way. Let's roll your wrists and release the hands and the gripping muscles. We did a lot of gripping, which is really important. Having good grip strength keeps you independent. It keeps you young. Other side. Gently press back the fingers in a doable range of motion. And then roll your wrists. Shake out your hands and then give me 10 fingers stretching. Stretch your hands. 3, 2, 1. All right, now shift your weight side to side. Feet are a little wider than your shoulders. Just shift side to side. Now start to roll the shoulders back. As you roll the shoulders back, you're rotating through your upper back. So we go 1, 2, and a big arm circle. 1, 2, right side. Now the left. Now the right. One more each way. Right and left. Bring your feet comfortably apart. Hinge at the hips. Now lift up. Press your hips forward and open the chest. Brace your core muscles, squeeze your glutes, and open the front of the hips and the front of the body, and release. Come upright. Roll your shoulders. Neck stretch. Tilt your right ear over to your right shoulder. Press down through your left shoulder. Circle the shoulder back. 2 more. And lift up. Other side. Tilt the head and circle. Circle back. You feel how that increases the stretch as you circle back and lift up. Take a big deep breath in, reaching up. Separate your feet, pull down on the right, lift up left. Both hands up, inhale. Exhale, pull down on the other side, reach up right. Both hands up and bring your hands down. Roll your shoulders back 1 time. Big shoulder roll. We are done. I hope you feel refreshed and energized. I sure do. Nothing like lengthening and strengthening to revive your body.